Yo, what's up YouTube fam? Hope you are all having an absolutely phenomenal day. Today's video is going to be a little different than usual. We've gotten a few requests as to what are the exact settings that we use to get the quality of our stream the way it is. So after a good number of people have asked, I figured I really got to make a video on this to help you guys out. And in case any future members of the Dreamteam Fam or just someone that sees this video wants to see, like, okay, what are some settings that I can use to get the same exact quality that this guy has? Well, here you go. Let's get right into it. So right off the bat, I do want to say that first and foremost, if you're looking to increase the quality of your face cam, no matter the bit rate, no matter the resolution, even though those two things are super important, if you're looking for a high quality face cam video, what you're gonna want to invest in is lighting. And I can talk about lighting in a separate video if you guys are interested. Let me know in the comments below. But lighting really makes the quality of your video, not the camera. The camera helps. If you got a 4K camera, that's gonna make your camera look really nice, right? But if you don't have good lighting, it's not gonna look that great, right? I'd also like to say that the platform that I use to stream live, no matter what, every single time without fail, is going to be Stream Elements, and I use their OBS version known as OBS.live. It is a really good platform. There is a lot of customability. You can customize a lot of different things in it, right? Very, very good platform. It is probably my favorite version of OBS, and Stream Elements specifically is like no bias. I think it's a lot better than Streamlabs, at least for me, just because I can fine-tune the stream exactly the way I want it. Whereas Streamlabs, even though it's an amazing platform, you're kind of limited to the amount of customization that you have. Stream Elements, much better with customization. The only thing is you have to put in a lot more time to get the stream the way you want it, right? So let's talk about resolution settings. So let me show you my OBS, right? It's a bit messy, not gonna lie. So this is my OBS. Apologize for the videoception going on. Whoa. We only got one monitor right now. We used to have two, but we sent the second monitor to my parents. That way we can stream there anytime we decide to visit, and we can still, you know, keep up with the consistent quality. We're gonna go into settings under controls. And right off the bat, you're going to be welcomed with general, stream, output, audio, video, hotkeys, and advanced. General, there isn't really much that you have to pay attention to. Feel free to copy these settings. The biggest thing that I like to know about is whether or not you want dark mode or light mode. Me personally, my eyes can't handle light mode, so go with the dark mode. The biggest thing that you want to worry about is output, audio, and video. And every now and then we'll go into advanced and mess around over there. But for the most part, those are like your three bread and butter settings that you want to constantly mess with and constantly make sure it looks good. So for output, this is probably the biggest one. Biggest thing that you want to look at is bit rate. So for bit rate, I use 4000 kbps. Basically, the higher bit rate you have, the less motion blur or pixelation you get when you're playing high mobility games like first person shooters, or you're just moving around in the camera a lot. Something to understand is Twitch does have a bit rate limit, which means there is only so much bit rate that you can apply that Twitch will actually pick up when you go live. If you go above 4000, it's not really going to pick up much. If anything, I think the limit is 3800 if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong, but I like to stick with 4000. It doesn't drain my computer that much, but my computer specs does include an i7 of the newest generation and a GTX 1070. So, you know, try to fine tune it with what your build is. And if you want to leave your build in the comments, I can definitely help you guys out. Would love to. And if you guys need any help with your stream setup, feel free to DM me in my Twitter or on Discord. Those are the two best places to reach me. Or leave a comment below. Either one. 4000 is very nice when you're playing first-person shooters or League of Legends. League of Legends, you don't need a high bit rate for. But first-person shooters or those third-person RPG games, you definitely want a higher bit rate. Mainly because those graphics in those games are really, 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 really high. Profile, I like to use high. Don't really know what main and baseline do, to be quite honest with you, but I stick with high. GPU, make sure this is set to 0. I don't know exactly what this messes with, but Every time I try to change the number, it drastically affects the stream. So stick with 0. If you guys know what it does, let me know. It's pretty interesting. All right, we're gonna jump straight into recording. So your recording settings and your streaming settings are actually different for the most part. Make sure that you've messed with both and you have them to the settings you want. I have made the mistake of applying my recording settings and forgetting to apply my streaming settings. And let's just say when I go live, I don't look that good, and neither does the gameplay. And that's just bad. You don't want that, right? So for recording, I typically record when I'm not live streaming, though lately I have been recording while I'm live. So I tend to upgrade the bit rate to about 5,000. That way it really captures motion really nicely. Or if I'm just recording some first-person shooter gameplay or Final Fantasy 14 gameplay, this is honestly the best that I found that doesn't kill my computer and make sure that there's no lag. I think the biggest thing that you want to look for when you're messing around with the settings is, are you happy with the quality? Is it not draining your computer? And just, you know, making sure that you're not going too over the limit for Twitch, right? Just understand that if you record and stream at the same time, it is going to drain your computer's resources. I don't recommend it if you don't have the strongest computer, but feel free to try and experiment. Biggest thing with this is definitely you got to experiment as much as possible. We're going to jump over to audio, and then if you jump over here, you can get into like advanced audio settings. I like to have my audio bitrate at 256. Basically, all audio bitrate is the quality of your mic. At the end of the day, though, Twitch does have a hard line cap as to how quality your mic is. Typically, the mic sounds a lot better on a YouTube video or recorded video versus a live stream on Twitch, but you can edit that, so yeah. We're gonna jump over to audio. For sample rate, I love to use 48 kHz hertz. Look, it's not a huge difference, especially if you're using a USB mic. You're not really gonna notice the difference between 44 and 48. But if you have an XLR mic like this one, the Blue Ember mic, I can't say this enough. It makes a big difference. It really captures the fullness of the voice. For channels, I like to use stereo. It just sounds a lot better. I haven't messed with 7.1. I do want to test that out, but I find that stereo makes it a lot easier for everyone, no matter the platform, to actually capture most of the quality. For devices, this is just, it's just based on what devices you have. Just make sure your mic is your actual mic. All right, video is kind of a big deal. Right now my video output is currently active, so I can't really like edit this, but basically you have your base canvas resolution and your output scaled resolution. So if I'm gonna break this down to the point where it's not too complicated, your base canvas resolution, that's basically the shape or how big your stream looks like when it's being displayed on a computer or on the phone. I always recommend 1920 by 1080 as your base canvas resolution. It makes a huge difference. If someone is watching on their computer, they won't have those weird black bars when you go lower on the base canvas resolution. But if you do have a lower end computer, definitely go with a lower resolution. That way you're getting less lag in your stream. As much as a quality stream is nice, there is nothing more frustrating to watch on Twitch than a super choppy stream where you can't interact with the streamer. At least for me, I feel like that's a big deal. Output scaled resolution. Basically what this is this is the quality of resolution that the person on the other end can see and the maximum limit. What that means is, if you decide to put 1920 by 1080, that means the default resolution that most people go into your stream will receive is 1080p quality. Now you want to be careful with this, because if you're a Twitch affiliate or you're not a Twitch affiliate, there are some times where you don't get a quality editor, right? Which is basically the little settings gear that you see on YouTube videos or Twitch videos sometimes, where you can edit how high or low the quality of the video you're watching. If you don't get that often, or you don't have it on your channel, I would recommend having your output scaled resolution at a maximum of 864 pixels. Even if you have the best computer in the world, I wouldn't go higher than that. If anything, I recommend 720 pixels if you don't have that little editor of the quality. And the reason for that is because you gotta understand, not everybody has super fast internet. Not everybody is at their house when they're watching your stream or in a coffee shop with decent Wi-Fi. Sometimes they're out and about on a train, or they're walking to a coffee shop or walking to a restaurant and they're using their phone data, and their phone data can't watch 1080p videos. So if you know that your streams don't typically get that little config gear option where you can change the quality settings while you're live streaming, I wouldn't recommend 1080p. I definitely recommend 864. Yeah, so those are basically gonna be my settings. Now, depending on your face cam or the camera that you're using, your FPS value, you can change that. Just know that 30 frames per second is a phenomenal standard frames per second to go by. Don't feel bad using it. Most cinematic movies use 30 frames per second, so you're not gonna have that bad of a quality stream if you're using 30 frames per second. I like to have 60, but that's because the face cam can handle it, and that's because the computer can handle it. But the biggest things that you want to look for when you go into your Twitch stream is frames per second and quality, and most importantly, are you lagging? If you're lagging, it's not a pleasant experience. Hopefully this video was helpful to a lot of you guys that were asking questions on what settings I use. Real quick, before we end the video, I do want to say, if you're curious as to where I get my fancy transitions like that one, or like a personal favorite of mine, but the colors kind of clash with the channel colors, but I love this animation a lot. Like this one, woo! I love that one. It's my favorite transition. Or you're just looking to have some nice overlays like this, I highly recommend, not sponsored, not an ad, it's just a really great place to go to. Two places actually. Visuals by Impulse and nerdordie.com. Those two websites have some amazing streamer starter packages to make your stream look a lot more quality. It's made a huge difference in the quality of my streams. I love it a lot more. I've gotten a lot of compliments on it. Those are two awesome websites where you can get really cool stuff. If you're looking for some awesome streamer packages and you'd like to see a video on one of my favorite ones, let me know in the comments, and let me know if there's anything else that any other videos that you would like to see that could help you guys out. I know I've gotten a lot of questions on new streamers saying like, dude, your stream looks good. I love what you're doing. Like, can you share like what exactly you do to make it look that great? And that pretty much wraps it up. Thank you for watching the video. Different type of video. Definitely not used to making these videos. Let me know what you think. Leave a thumbs up if this helped you out. If this didn't help you out, let me know what I can do to do a better job next time. And have an awesome day. And I just gotta say, the amount of support that you guys have been showing has been insane. Dream Team Fam, I love you a lot. Deuces. Have an awesome one. Peace.